we're here with Mark, or Sparky Stunts, as he is much better known. How you doing, mate?
I'm well, thank you.
Good,
and yourself?
Good. Yeah, not too bad,
Good.
thank you. Basically, where did the name of the Sparky come from? Because I know that's a bit of a story as well, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Well, my dad thought I was, as most parents do, you know, fairly special and one in a million, he came up with a bright spark. I was the bright spark, and that just then went into, you know, Sparky, and it stuck. And then obviously when there were certain antics going on that one does not want one's name being known for, then, you know.
For the local constabulary, yeah, we have some interesting situations with those as well. This is why, obviously, you have further developed your skills and actually trying to help and train people. And then that's why we're obviously sitting in front of this wonderful machine here, your awesome Wheelie Machine, to actually help people wheelie.
Yes, well, I mean, this is obviously a purpose-built rig. I've had it for a few years now, and it's seen a lot of action. The point is it's being able to exchange a level of control in a controlled environment. Obviously, the fact that you're pulling wheelies is beside the point. It comes down to control. Again, there is a time and a place. So, you know, if you find yourself on a bit of private land, you've got a fairground all of your own.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. However, before you get to that stage, this is the perfect platform to get on and appreciate what it's about, and the physics and the motor memory, the muscle memory. You know, you take it further down to nutrition. You know, there is a whole plethora of things that go into it. The more precise you want to be, the finer the detail.
That's what I love about your passion with it, because you are actually really passionate about wanting to teach people and actually having them understand the balancing point and the physics and the control side of it, rather than what everyone else does when they think they can pull a wheelie and it's just, yeah, let's go full throttle all the way to the top of the rev range and then one gear wonders.
Again, back in the day, excuse the cliche, but outside the Ace Calf, you know, they were dropping like I don't know, I'm not sure of a metaphor to describe the way they were dropping.
Yeah, the Ace Calf got very interesting. I was going to say 20 years ago or 15, 20 years ago when we were like knocking around and the old days, there was very interesting stuff happening outside the Ace. But yeah, we'll brush over that.
Yeah, I mean, you could call it, you know, 10-pin bowling. I mean, it was sort of the equivalent of it. But so, you know, after seeing people smashing themselves up and getting worse and taking other people out, you know, I mean, this here is the way that you know, it completely eliminates that. If you're going to do it with a level of intelligence, a level of understanding, and wearing the right kit. You know, I wear armour head to toe, and, you know, thanks to the people that have backed me, I've stayed pretty much, touch wood, without breaking a bone in 30-something years without giving too much away.
Well, it's funny you say that, and obviously that's dedication to obviously the knock stuff that you've done, and like I still remember that video that you done with the airbag jacket. That thing was incredible.
That was good fun. I mean, the hit air jacket that we displayed for fifth gear. That was and again, it threw me into a place that it was completely out of my comfort zone, because I was given an airbag jacket on a Sunday afternoon to demonstrate for camera on the Monday morning. So, you know, here I am with and it was like, right now you've got to fall off, and you've got to fall off on purpose. And
but years of practicing of not falling off.
Going completely against my grain of stay on the bike, don't drop it, you know, and that again, you know, so it's quite interesting the paths that we go down and you know, what we have to face to achieve what we need to achieve.
Yeah, well, as I say, I mean, I'm seriously broken and very disabled, so the fact that you're still walking is a miracle. It just shows your skills.
Well, I'm not sure where it comes from. I mean, I was told that I was a reincarnated biker that came back to get it right, and my grandmother was a clairvoyant, and that's what her prediction was. So, you know, she was the one that talked my parents into buying me a bike at the age, and I think they all chipped in together to get me a bike, because she said, look, if you don't, when he's 16, he's going to kill himself.
Well, yes, I mean, I've been surrounded by stunt riders, obviously from a young age, and on stunt drivers and all sorts of stuff, and I have never seen, and I know I obviously always blow smoke up your arse, but I have never seen people or someone on a bike with a level of just the slow control and that delicate control that you've got. I see loads of boys using power and big sprockets and heavy on the brakes and all that sort of stuff to obviously initiate that sort of thing, but that slow control, and you literally seem to just throw a bike around like it's a BMX. It still baffles me even today.
It's getting into the groove, isn't it? You know, I mean, it's.
Do you have a song you play in your head when you?
I can't say it on camera.
Oh, come on! You can't let us down like that. Okay, we might get an X-rated one for this song that's in his head. So, but okay, so touching base and going back to obviously the Wheelie Machine and what you said about obviously first-time riders going out there and getting the license. I mean, this is the thing. You could be an adrenaline junkie and just want to go full throttle on the bike and go silly on it.
Exactly.
But like, for these first time riders, whether you've got any interest on actually doing a wheelie or not, at the end of the day, giving that level of skill and the control on the bike and actually knowing what happens in the instance of the front wheel coming up, because I don't care how much of a careful rider, that wheel's going to come up at some point. So
we've got a variety of stuff, and again, not just bike related or bike specific, but you know, the bike is a lot of what I'm known for.
So on the basis that it's nice and easy, I think we'll get Elliott in the hot seat and see how he can do and see if he can find the balancing point.
So I'm going to put you through an exercise just to show you where balance point is in front of, at and behind. So let's crack on.
Cool, let's do it. I'm up for it. I had my left arm rebuilt just over a year ago, and this is interesting. So yeah, I take it this is slightly past balance point.
Well, this is actually balance point, so I can pretty much let go of you to keep you balanced. But
yeah.
if I set you at balance point and now you bring your head forwards, you're going to feel the bike wants to come down.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now if you lean backwards,
I don't want to.
just keep leaning backwards. We're not quite at balance point, so you can actually play with your head and balance, so forwards, backwards, and if you just, and then as you feel it coming back,
yeah,
and then bring your head forwards as long as we're close enough to the balance point.
That is, this feels really unusual for me.
It's alien, and this is the thing, it's, you know, once you get up at this height,
yeah,
you get up at this height by accident, it's a scary place.
Oh mate, if I was doing more than 0 miles an hour, there'd be a lot of poo coming out, I'm not going to lie.
Well, I mean, the you know, for somebody that doesn't really know what's going on, you do it wrong, you can be from down on the ground to up in the air at this sort of height in a second.
It could literally be 0 to dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a scary position for someone that's never been like this, and it's bad enough at 0 miles an hour.
And this is the engine off.
Yeah, exactly. I can imagine it being exhilarating, but at the same time, if it went wrong, oh, you're in a whole world of badness.
Okay, so we're going to come down now. So,
Okay.
So you need to make sure that you don't hit your head off the tank.
Yep.
So lean your
Yep.
head backwards. That's it. And brace with your arms.
I'm surprised at how much of a workout that's given me just hanging on just for, well, however long that was, I'm not quite sure, but it really does give you a different perspective of what you do and how well you do it as well. I'm doing 0 miles an hour with not even the engine on, and I'm scared. So doing what you do, that's really impressed me, Sparky. You really have, mate.
Thank you.
It's definitely given me a different perspective of what Sparky does, and I am so impressed. It's amazing. Speaking of how impressed I am, let's go to some more shots of Sparky's stunts. Yeah.
That's like you was start. What's that? So yeah, when Sparky's out and about, sometimes he needs someone to close his visor for him doing all these sort of stunts.